Hey guys, today I'm here to talk about my favourite adult book recommendations. So these are 5 of my favourite adult fiction novels. So I feel like on BookTube there's a heavy focus on YA, which isn't a problem. I absolutely love YA books. Some of my favourites are YA, but I also feel like I want to talk about adult books and I want to share with you some of my favourites that maybe you will pick up and you will love. So for me, I feel like these are perfect for people that are normally read YA and are going into adult novels. So share your opinions down below. Do you hate these books? Do you love these books? What are your favourite adult books that you would recommend for me? So these are quite mixed in genre. There are 2 mystery books that are thrillers. There's one dystopian novel, there's one contemporary fiction, and there's one sci-fi, which is the only sci-fi I've ever read. So I'm going to start with this book because I recently made a whole video about it and probably fed up of hearing about it. So this is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. This is an amazing book. It's about an actress telling her story to a reporter, and it has lots of LGBT rep. It has Latina rep. It features interracial relationships. It is amazing. If you follow me on Twitter, you've heard about me talk about this. So the next book I'm going to talk about is The Dystopian, and that is The Handmaid's Tale, which I think is for older readers. It is about a dystopian world where women are basically bred to produce children. I've actually seen a lot on Goodreads that that's actually categorised under YA, which I hugely disagree with, because YA can mean a lot of different things. It could mean 13, 14, and that is not appropriate for that age group at all. So those are the 2 that I'm going to talk about the least because I feel like they're the most well known. And then next I'm going to talk about the 2 mystery thriller books. So the first is In a Cottage in a Wood by Cass Green. So this is a story about a woman who is walking home at the middle of the night, and a young woman is there, and she gives her a parcel and then jumps off Waterloo Bridge to her death. And inside the parcel is the deed to a cottage in a wood. So the woman then goes to live there, and she notices weird things happening to her in the cottage, and she has to figure out why it was given to her and why everything happened. So this was really, really good. It's one of the less well known but also popular thrillers, so I definitely recommend this. I'm looking back and I don't think it's too graphic or gory, so I think this is pretty much age appropriate for most people. So obviously next I'm going to talk about my next mystery thriller, which is probably the most famous. I'm just going to say, I've seen it everywhere. It's been made into a film, and that is The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. Stay away from the film. If you haven't read the book yet and you're planning to, just don't watch the film. This is a story about a woman who catches the train every day to work, and every day she looks and she gets to know the people who live in the houses on the way to her work. So she goes past the street of houses and she imagines the people who live there. And then one day one of them goes missing, and the day that the woman went missing she was extremely drunk and she doesn't remember where she was, and she is kind of a suspect. So I'm saying stay away from the film because the film is trash. I'm sorry, but if you've seen the film, they changed so many things that just hadn't needed to be changed. So the last book is the one that surprised me the most, and that is The Martian by Andy Weir? I don't know how to say his name, but I have this huge hardback and it's very good. It is a sci-fi book, but it's also extremely funny, so it has lots of pop culture references, but I would say this has a lot of swearing in, so if you're not okay with swearing, try to stay away from it. This book is about a man that is stranded on Mars after all the other members on his crew leave him because they think that he's dead. So it's him learning how to live on Mars until someone can come and save him. So I know that it doesn't necessarily sound like the best book, but it's so funny, it's lots of pop culture references, and all the characters are great. I loved this. It is also a film, which I have seen after I read the book. The film is good, and I would recommend that too, but I still prefer the book. So I know that this was quite a short video, but I recently saw someone else's book recommendations video and I was like, I have to do one. If you're here now, that means you've watched the video, so one, I hope you enjoyed it. Two, if you haven't, please could you subscribe? That means the world to me. And tell me if you enjoyed these books, if you hated these books, what adult books you'd recommend to me. And two, do you prefer this background or my normal one? Because I'm unsure, because I like my nice bookshelves in the background, but also this is okay because it's just like a plain white background, and it was easier to film. It's easier for me to film certain videos here, but it's also okay if I can film them upstairs, you know. So bye guys.